All right, Akosua Kunedu Yadom, who is a state-registered nutritionist, has joined us on today's nutrition segment, and we're going to have a conversation. Akosua, how are you this morning?
It's sad. Like I was in my element, but sitting here watching
the thing has overdue.
Yeah,
very unfortunate. Yeah. Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, let's talk nutrition this morning. Akosua, what are you bringing us this morning? What are the conversations that we're going to have?
Okay, so it's a business month here at City, and so we're trying to bring conversations in that will at least help improve on the lives of the many business people who are helping to have people employed or who are bringing out initiatives. So there's something interesting about this conversation because blood pressure issues affect us all. And we know that as business people, you are stressed up, you are thinking on your feet, you are doing A, B, C, D to see that the business is going. It can be something that can stress you up, and it all contributes or affects or your blood pressure in one way or the other. So we are talking about some tips to help business people and us to make sure that our blood pressure is always checked. Now, if you have a normal blood pressure, it is said that it should be less than 120 by 80. Yeah. So the systolic blood pressure, or what is on top, should be lower or equal to 120. And then your diastolic, that is the bottom one, should be 80 or lower than 80. But now we have low pressure, blood pressure also setting in, and it's something I've experienced before. It is where the upper part or the one on top, it's below 90. And then the down part is below 60. So that one, depending on whoever is taking care of you, some of the medical practitioners will say that, oh, it's okay, depending on what the presentation is. Because if you check my blood pressure and it's reading below 90, and then the diastolic is reading below 50 something. I was at the hospital last Saturday's week, and then she was like, it's okay. No, a week today. She was like, it's okay. I was like, no, it's not okay. Let us check, because I want to be sure if those are the values, then I know that low blood pressure is setting in. So if you have low blood pressure, which normally doesn't happen, but is a silent killer, because that one, it's more deadlier than the one we think is the devil. Yes, because everybody wants a low blood pressure, but sometimes you are just low, and it's known as the silent killer. Now the tips quickly into it: exercise regularly. Make sure that at least 30 minutes in a day. It is estimated that you need about 150 minutes of exercise per week to make sure that you are calculating. But climbing up here, in fact, your stairs, there's a lot of work. So,
and I don't even have to bring me up, you know, because at some point,
and the pressure of knowing that, oh, you have to make up before 7:30 running. At least I think you lose 1 calorie. So you need to make sure you are exercising regularly. That is 30 minutes per day, or at least 120 minutes in a whole week. And then make sure you are losing extra pounds or kg.
Okay.
Now, if the more you build on weight, the more your blood pressure rises. Okay. So it's very important that if you don't have a normal BMI, and the normal BMI, you need to divide your weight by your height in meters square. So let's say if your height in centimeters is 160, you need to convert the 160 into meters square. It will give you 1.06. Then you multiply by 1.06 and divide your weight by the 1.06 times 1.06. That will give you a BMI. If it's between 18 to 25, you are normal. If it's overweight, it means it's over 25 all the way to 29.9. If it's obese or obesity, it's above 30, and then you can have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 through to morbid, that is above 40. And that way you are highly susceptible to other health conditions. If it's below 18.5, you are underweight, and we need to help you as far as nutrients are concerned to take care of the deficiencies. But the focus here is that if you are putting on weight, if you're becoming overweight, it has a factor it plays on your weight and your waistline. That should be a check for you. If you sit down, your suit, you can't button up. I saw Kuku button up, so
well, he's in good form.
So the waistline is good.
No, we say you are in good form.
Actually, I have a lot of work to do.
Stop giving pressure.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So you see that for some people it's difficult. So you check your waistline, and your waistline can also play a factor. It is said that if you could lose 1 kg, you can reduce your blood pressure by 1. millimeter of mercury. So if you are overweight and you have spikes or your blood pressure is always at somewhere you are not happy about, which is nothing as we said here as far as the measures are concerned, you need to make sure you are making sure you are losing that kg to bring the blood pressure down. And then you eat a healthy diet. It should factor the staples, the animals and protein and their products, the pulses, nuts and seeds, or the leguminous family, and then it should factor the fruits and vegetables family also, and then the small star on the side, which will give you the iodine or iodized salt, the mackerel, the oil. So fats, they are all good. But I think the choices is what makes it a problem for us. So I won't say margarine or the cheese you're enjoying is bad. Cheese, cheddar cheese, excellent. But then our problem here with our people is even our portioning. Because if you give the average Ghanaian man fufu bako, it's like, you insulting me. You have to do, there's that Bible.
Especially when you have some in your pocket.
And then you have to fill the fufu with a lot of meat. But ask yourself, your body doesn't need that much. Excess will be converted into fat, and that is what causes all these things you're talking about. And then reduce your sodium intake. Now, those who are making the products or the canned foods we are using, because they are in to make money, they wouldn't write salt. Because they know you and me will know salt. So you need to make sure you are reading well. If you see sodium, it means it's salt. And sometimes they wouldn't even write the sodium. They write Na positive
stuff like
to confuse you. So be sure you are reducing that, because 10 tomatoes or whatever is being preserved in here, there's something that has been added, and for those foods they add brine solution, which is salt solution, just to prolong the lifespan. And then limit alcohol consumption. Now, if it is a shot, I've sat here and said it, but we'll break it down. The drink, one drink, that is 12 ounces. So the normal orange glass we use for water or orange juices, 1.5 of that should be a beer for you as a man for the day. That's maximum for the day.
But that's a lot for the day.
But if I will even be happier. No, if you do alcohol well, I don't like preaching it, but I have to, because people will do it regardless. You need to make sure you are doing it right. If you get it right, it gives you some benefit, and it can even help you tone down as far as your blood pressure is concerned. And then you quit smoking, you cut down on caffeine consumption, because if you consume coffee right now, 30 minutes time, check your blood pressure, there will be a rise. So you need to make sure you reduce that, and then reduce on your stress. Why are you finding?
Because I'm drinking the coffee.
And then monitor your BP to make sure that if you are somebody who has experienced spikes, or anytime you are not well, you have elevated levels, you need to watch and make sure that where there is a need to help, for help to be given to you. And then do medical checks. 6 months, you go in, make sure you do a thorough check to know if all is well. And then see a professional, either a medical doctor or a nutritionist, to be assisted.
Well, you are the nutritionist. You are the expert that we are seeing. So where do we find you?
So up on my channels, you can follow on Instagram at The Nutritionist Akosia, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosia, and you can WhatsApp me on 0243 350
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Akosia, thank you very much.
I'm glad this news didn't rise your BP.
Well,
it's always a pleasure being here.
Charlie, after the show, I'm going for a blood checkup.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier.
Make sure that everything is okay.
I'll support you with prayers. Thank you very much.
Go and check your stuff.
Well, I'll try.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.